Welcome back, everybody, to the Bitcoin Business Bureau. I'm your host, as always, Litecoin Leader. And today we're talking about yet another piece in the game of ALTCOINopoly. Now, this piece is a little bit out of the ordinary, but it's a very important piece. You might say it's the most significant one, and the one we're all trying to get a little bit more of. So this piece, you'll find it at a particular location of the board that's of interest. How do I describe it? Well, it's not a project. Well, it is and it isn't. It's kind of, I guess it's like 20 questions. It's not animal, vegetable, or mineral. It is a project for some, not all of it. It's multi-dimensional, I'll say it that way. It's definitely something we all want, but it's also something we all don't want at the same time. Well, that's enough clues for now. Let's just dig right into it. I hope you enjoy it. It's going to be a little bit different, but give me a break here. I'm traveling this week. So here we go. Okay, the next piece from ALTCOINopoly is not in any particular zone. It's actually the corner piece, the one white corner piece where you begin the game. I think we know where I'm going with that. But that's the space where you start the game, and as you work your way around the board, you get an extra bit of money every time you go around. So with that logic, that space is going to be cash, or USDC, or true USD. Those are the two stable coins that I like to use the most. They're supported by a number of exchanges and wallets. I keep saying exchanges. They're really wallets. The wallets I like to use, I like to keep my cash reserves on either Exodus or in I can do Trust Wallet too, but most of the times I'll use it in Exodus and I'll use it in Abra, mostly because in Abra you can earn 10% on that coin, and we'll talk about that in a minute, but that is a great way to earn a little bit extra money on your reserves. So that's the coin we're going to talk about today, so let's just dive right into it. So another article I found talks about the 6 best available stablecoins according to this article. It was written back in November 2019, so take it with a little bit of a grain of salt here. But their list, which I don't 100% agree with, but it's a decent list, starts with Tether, and there's reasons why, but I'm going to oppose that one. USDC, Paxos, True USD, Binance USD, and Psi or DAI. Now, DAI has increased in market cap and in prevalence, so that certainly since 2019, so that definitely should move up the list. But walking through these briefly, number one from this list is Tether. It's had controversies as it's outlined in this article. It's been found out that Bitfinex is behind the stablecoin. There are other team members behind this coin. There's questions about Tether. There were legal issues, and they've been allegedly resolved. But one question about Tether is that allegedly it's a 1-to-1 backed stable coin, and for every Tether that's minted, there's allegedly $1. Now, the concerns I have is if you look at the chart on Tether just now, right, the market cap on Tether, has just increased astronomically since last August. It was $10 billion, and then it went up to $24 billion in January. Since January, it's more than doubled. Now it's at $48 billion. Where did all that money come from? There are accusations, and nothing can be proven, and I don't know, I'm not going to say yes or no, but there are accusations that the people behind this coin mint more when there's an opportunity to sell Tether for Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies that are an advantageous buy spot on the charts. So take that for what it's worth. I'm not 100% opposed to using Tether briefly, but I would not personally store money in Tether. I think there are better options. Looking at one way to discern which ones are good options, if we look at the market cap on the stable coins, and if we scroll and sort these by price and scroll down to the $1 area, again, make sure that they are truly stable coins. Like Conflux is not. I see 6 on this list. So we have Terra USD, that barely makes the top 100. It's only got 1.8 billion. DAI it's up to 3.5 billion, so you can see how much that's grown. It's a top 40 coin now. USDC, which is Coinbase's version of a stable coin, that is over $11 billion, and it's a top 20 coin. Tether is the biggest one of them all. It's a top 5 coin. It usually is up there. It's got a large market cap. Binance USD is growing. It's number 27, got 5.4 billion. And Paxos, which is kind of small, barely makes the top 100. Now, one other coin that I wanted to point out is TrueUSD. TrueUSD just misses the cut. The market cap is 323 million, so it's pretty small. But it's supported by a number of good exchanges, including the Abra app and the Exodus wallet. So Exodus works with USDC, TrueUSD, and USDT. USDT is the oldest, it's the granddaddy of them all. It's been around since 2014. It was once called Realcoin. But the questions are abound about, is this coin a scam? Is it there just to enrich Bitcoin investors? Again, speaks to the history of the coin in this article. They had some legal actions, but allegedly they've been resolved in February. Here's the article about that. They reached a settlement, didn't acknowledge any wrongdoing, take it for what it's worth. But it's a coin out there. It's perfectly okay to be passing through this coin because a number of exchanges only support Tether, or they have a lot of pairs with Tether. Because when I started back in 2016, 2017, most of your pairings for coins were either Bitcoin or Tether. So sometimes you have to pass through Tether as you work your way through on exchanges from one coin to another. That's perfectly fine and acceptable. I just personally don't believe in holding Tether for a long period of time. Also about stablecoins is on an app like Abra or even in Coinbase, you can earn interest with stablecoins. So rather than going back to dollar once again, you can convert your holdings, your dry powder, into USDC or TrueUSD, and you can earn interest. Remember the old days of actually having banks that paid you interest? Those are long gone. But cryptocurrency still does it. You can even get up to 10% on the Abra app in USDC. That's a good thing to remember, that you can actually be holding reserves and earning 10% on those reserves as you wait for the next deal to pop up for your next buying opportunity. And there you have it. That's the extra piece this week. It's the free piece. There's a reason it's free. I wish the actual coin was free, but it's not. But this is a free piece this week, and I think you can understand why. There's many different forms of cash or stable coins or the different ways to hold your dry powder, your reserves. But it's very important to know that you need to hold on to some reserves. You never know when the dip is coming. So this is why often you'll hear people say, take profits. You never go broke taking profits, because you want to have some reserve. It's very hard to do though, because quite often as soon as you get some, you want to go on a shopping spree because, hey, look what I got. I have some dry powder. I want to spend it because I see stuff on sale I've always been wanting to get, or I want more, something I already have. It's a tough one. And then if you do have some dry powder and things dip and you jump into it, it could dip again. And then you're like, ooh, I wish I'd waited. I wish I had some more dry powder. So it's something you always want, but it's important to think about, and that's why it deserves its own space in the board. So put it on your board, write it down, keep track of all the spaces. I hope you're a subscriber and you can play the entire game and potentially win the grand prize. But if not, it's still a fun game to play. And it's an important lesson to learn too. Have some money in reserve whenever you can, and don't be afraid to take some profits now and then. With that, I'll close the door on the bureau, and I'll see you next time.